Good morning. Sunday morning. Sunday morning. Here we are. Sunday morning rain is falling. Is that somebody? I don't know. That's a song. Everything. To me, everything's a song. Pretty much. Kind of my dad and I. Good morning. Hey, I see some familiar names already popping up. I see German Made 95. Tenacious J. Yo. That one persona. Sally Faye. Sally Faye. Sally Mae and Carolina Girl and Isabel and Gardner and Jatinder. Damn it, Donna. Becky and Rachel. This is definitely the what do you call it? Romper room portion of the show. Cat Mama. Nice to see you. I'm really excuse. Good morning, everybody. I've got my extra big cup of tea here because in Mary, pardon me, I realize I'm chewing and talking at the same time. Abbott Elementary, nice to see you. And Carly with a K. Carla with a K, that's a name. I know this from my husband, I don't know how it goes, but Carla with a K is a name of a song by the Philadelphia group The Hooters. Yes. Oh, the random things I know, huh? So good morning, Mosey. Good morning, Francie. Well, we got a lovely bunch of coconuts this morning, don't we? So, couple of quick things. Let's see. Today, ConCon. Today, TikTok Live from 9 to 10, YouTube Live from 10 to 11, and today is the day that the tickets for all of the declutter parties for June, there are 11 of them. All of those are going to be made available before 2 p.m. Eastern today. I have to finish up some stuff behind the scenes before I leave to go see somebody who used to be in the Philadelphia band, The Hooters, playing a band with my husband. But I digress. So a couple of cool things going on. Also, I might repeat some of this stuff later on in the TikTok Live and YouTube Live, but also those of you who have been wanting to investigate doing one-on-one coaching with me, there are plenty of consultation slots on the calendar now available. So just a couple of things. German Made bringing in a large ladder. Whoa, but you made it. Love it. So that was kind of admin stuff for the people who know who I am and know what the hell I'm talking about. However, for those of you who don't know me, hey, my name is Beth, and I am a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered because I love to travel, and it changed my life when I realized that I could approach life more like a road trip than a commute to someplace I wasn't excited to go to. And that subtle yet powerful mindset shift, as they say in the life coaching biz, that really changed a lot of how I thought about life and decluttering, how I did things, how I approached things. Now, I'm saying it in the past tense, but I say it as like a daily basis. This has changed my life. So I am here to help you kind of learn this process, and what better way to do it than with an example that's going to give you a visual before and after. Okay, so that's why I love to work with clutter. I love a visual before and after. And I will share with you, I grew up in a cluttered home. I did not know how to declutter or to just even live in a house that wasn't cluttered. How would I know? My parents didn't really know because they didn't know from their parents, etc., etc. Good news is I fell into some jobs because just in my Gen X world that taught me certain skills that then I would apply to making my house like look good on the surface. But it really wasn't until decades later when I was like, wait a minute, the surface looks good, but I've got rooms full of stuff that I think I love, but I never use, stuff that's disorganized, stuff that I'm afraid of letting go of. And I have slowly but surely walked my way through it. Now, I'm showing up for you right now because I don't want to be the only person who knows this stuff. Why should I? I want to help you learn what I have to offer and see if it works for you. use what I teach you. Don't just be like not believing or totally believing, but not putting it into practice. Experiment with it. That's what those decluttering parties are really all about, actually. If you think about it, is I talk a lot about this stuff, and you may be here going, yep, mm-hmm, oh, that, yes, oh, I like that, oh, I'm going to take a note, oh, that sounds good, yeah. And then you put down your notes, and then you shut off the TikTok, and then you're like, oh, okay, I got other stuff to do. But the decluttering parties really give you an option to put what I say through its paces, see if it helps you, and I'm right there with you to support you. Okay? There we go. So, what I want to offer is, there was something I was just going to say, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm going to just do something else. All right. So, what I want to offer to you is, we're live. It's 9:07 in the morning on Sunday, June 1st. Bunny, 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 rabbit, 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 if you're a person who likes to have good luck for the month. We used to say that when we were in like junior high. And let's embrace the liveliness of this. You have the opportunity to ask me a question about something clutter related, declutter related, and something maybe you're curious about or you're stuck, or what's stopping you. Like, I can't get past this certain point because I don't know why. Okay? So here I am to answer your questions and also to give you some tools to use so that even just while you're listening to me on this TikTok live, YouTube lives in an hour, you can put yourself through, like, you can try these things out and see if they work for you. They work for me. They've worked for so many of my clients, and I say so many because I don't have a running number of my clients, but I do one-on-one coaching where instead of just me with all y'all, as Carla would say, it is me just one-on-one on Zoom with a client. That's what one-on-one coaching is. But anyhow, decluttering. I love it. Cat Mama listened to 3 YouTubes yesterday. Awesome. Do you know what's really cool is I just looked because I have the YouTube page. I just popped it up because we're going to do one at 10 and I just wanted to have it available. 720 videos are now up on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. And this one, today's, is going to be the first one. The recording of this TikTok Live is going to be the first one in the June, playlist. So very cool. So listened to 3 YouTubes yesterday, cleaned walk-in closet, tried on a bunch of clothes. God bless you. I went to the mall yesterday to return something. I tried on a bunch of clothes too. Not my favorite thing. Many too big now, but still have tags. Have to let go of the old life. I hope the fact that the clothes are too big for you is a good thing for you, that not you're wasting away from some horrible disease. The neat thing is, if I recall, and I could be wrong, you're in Connecticut, right? I know that there are a bunch of consignment stores and places that I bet you could donate those to, and they would love the fact that they're still new with tag, NWT. So, very cool. Very cool for you to do that, you know? Now, here's a funny thing, or this is a good thing too. Jatinder is saying, I'm getting rid of 5 comforters that I have not used for a long time and giving them to needy people. Yeah, notice how it can, the way in which you remove things from your life can either keep you hanging on to them or letting go. And when it feels good to share your abundance of comforters. I'm sharing my comforters with people who have no comforters at all. It's not like I'm giving them all of mine and I'm going to be cold now when they get all mine. It's not how it works, people. It's not how it works. But when I have so many that I'm not even using them, I am going to donate them. So I will share a couple of stories from my own decluttering. I don't just sit here saying, I'm perfect and can't you wait to get to me. No, I decluttered a bunch yesterday because I had let clutter accumulate. So a couple of stories from my own life to explain how this works. As many of you know, there's work going on in our basement. It's distinctly possible that some work is going to start while I'm doing these lives. And oh my God, I believe it's going to be done tomorrow. I'm going to be so psyched. But I have been surrounded by clutter in my house now. All the stuff from our basement came up to the living area, and it's all over the place. It's quasi-neat, but it's still overwhelming if I choose to focus on it. And I really realized how it was getting to me. So maybe you feel this way too if your house is cluttered. That why bother doing anything because it's so bad. It's not going to make a difference. I might as well just keep on cluttering. Now, I kind of got into that for a few days last week because we came home. We had left for a trip, so I think there was some clean clothes on the top of my bureau. And then we came home, and then we did some laundry, and then I piled my clean clothes on top of the bureau, but then there was some other stuff on top of the bureau. And then I kept on putting even my hoodies on there, and it just kept piling up, and it looked yucky. I also cannot tell you the last time I had actually vacuumed, so I was looking around and I was seeing dust bunnies and things like that. And it really got to me. I was like, ugh, this feels awful. And it was like, ugh. And I was like this, I don't want to, I'm not really, the sun is out. I don't really want to put my laundry away. Up here, I knew I'd feel better if I did it, but here I was kind of like, ugh. So you know what I did to help out my head and my heart? One of the tools in your toolkit. I set a timer. I said to myself, how about this? You tell everybody else to set a timer and set a timer for 20 minutes and just see what you can do in 20 minutes. At the end of 20 minutes, you can decide whether you want to continue or you want to go out and play. Well, I will tell you, you guys, that 20 minutes made such a difference. I was able to put away some laundry. I vacuumed the bedroom. I changed the sheets on the bed. I made up the bed. That room looked so good, I took a picture of it. And I just want to offer to you that sometimes you are not going to feel all revved up to declutter, but you know that you want the result. So try using a timer. That may help you. I then said, hey, this wasn't that bad. Once I got going, it wasn't that bad. I already had the vacuum out, set the timer again, came in here and was going to vacuum around. And then I noticed that I had started to pile up, speaking of clothing, I had started to pile up some of my winter clothing. Now, I think this is going to, you guys are not going to be surprised because you see me in a hoodie all the time. I had not known how many black hoodies and sweatshirt type things that I owned until I piled them all together. Okay? And I want to just offer to you that I was like, you know what? I have lost a few pounds. I am really excited about that because I was struggling for a while there. And I was hiding myself under big hoodies. And I said, and this is the thing that cracks me up, I am sick and tired of looking, and this is going to be a deep cut Gen X reference. You're going to have, some of you may have to Google it. I am tired of walking around feeling like I look like the big Fig Newton. So I said, okay, enough of this. What hoodies give me that big Fig Newton feel? I made a pile of them. They were clean. I put them in a bag, and I donated some clothes yesterday. I feel so much better about this. I am still cracking up about me looking like the big Fig Newton. Okay, here's the tricky part. Okay, and I still have, as you can say, I didn't give away all my stuff. I gave away the ones that were just too much, too big, too heavy. I think I have I think I have 3 out of 8 of these things because they didn't make me feel good when I was wearing them. So I let go. Yeah, I actually was excited. I know there are some people who lose weight and are afraid to let go of what I will call my fat clothes. I could not get those into a bag fast enough and get them over to the donation place. And I felt so good doing it. Then I have more of a surface here. I cleaned up. I also noticed there were 2 pairs of pants that I bought from Macy's that weren't like I wanted. So I was going to return those and I vacuumed. It really helped. Those 2 20-minute blocks of time yesterday allowed me to feel better when I went to bed last night because there were clean sheets on the bed. Walking in here this morning, knowing that it was vacuumed and not seeing a big pile of big Fig Newtons. Okay? So I just offer to you, it's something we're all going through and it's not a one and done. You will declutter a little bit, every so often. But let me help with this. But Bobby Dugas, I'm overwhelmed. 30 years of family. Mommy Salami is feeling that too. So overwhelmed. Here's something that's kind of advanced level, but you guys are smart. I don't hang around with dumb cookies. I hang around with smart cookies. Okay? Notice the difference between these two sentences. Is subtle yet powerful. I am overwhelmed versus I feel overwhelmed. Subtle but distinct difference. So let's go with, you are not overwhelmed. You are a human being. You can't change that. When you feel something, you can change that. So I feel overwhelmed. 30 years of family. Now, I don't say that to like scold you, Bobby, but I want you to say separating yourself, distancing yourself, getting some perspective on, here I am, and that is how I feel. This is how I feel. Pull it out. What does overwhelm feel like? Now, oftentimes overwhelm you can feel it in your body. Ugh. Notice I was like, ugh, I don't want to do it. Right? So heaviness, maybe it makes you slump shouldered. Oh, I don't even know what to do. Like you're stuck, you're frozen. These are all things we can work with to help you get moving again. So, Bobby, I will help you with this. What I like to use is this kind of, again, tool in your toolkit. You've got your timer. Let's bring out what I like to call all the downs. Okay? So all the downs means if you're overwhelmed, I like to use opposites. Overwhelmed, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, what's the opposite of over? Well, we're going to say down, okay? So down, what do? Down, you sit down, you breathe down, you quiet down, you slow down. You do a lot of those over and over again. When I was on my morning walk, I must have my morning walk this morning. That would be redundant. When I was on my walk this morning, I could smell this little scent of honeysuckle. And I walked past a honeysuckle bush and I inhaled deeply. And I was like, man, it feels better. Not just that there's a nice scent in my nose, but that it feels better to breathe deeply. I'm breathing down into the bottom of my lungs. I'm slowing down enough to breathe down into my lungs. And so when you are feeling a little bit better physically, also from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet, here's one. Make sure you're feeling okay physically. If you're not, do something about it. Then all the downs helps you kind of energetically. When you are feeling better physically and energetically, I'm not saying you're feeling perfect. I'm saying you're feeling better, more calm, more not so overwhelmed. I suggest writing down and chunking down as 2 more chunks. Going room to room. Maybe just picking one room. That's what I did with the bedroom yesterday. And just saying to yourself, what's something in here that I could work, that if I changed would make me feel better? And write that down. Okay? So try that, see how it works. Chunk it down, write it down, set the timer for 20 minutes as I see you're going to do. And go into that one room. Work on surface clutter. Again, another tool in your toolkit. Surface clutter, stored clutter, sentimental clutter. Work on things in that order. Because if you don't feel like it, don't start with the hard stuff first. Who the hell wants to do the hard stuff? Start with the surface. That was my laundry. That was my dust on the surface, laundry on the surface, dirty bed sheets on the bed surface. Change what's on the surface. It'll make you feel better. Then I noticed when I went to go put away my clothing in my bureau, I need to do some of that because clothing in the bureau is stored. So then it was like, oh, I should probably go through the stored clutter here and sort out what I want to keep and what I want to, put away if it's winter clothes. I will save that for another time, but making the surface feel better makes you feel better so you can go to the next level. All right. Now, Awesome Sauce is saying, I heard a nugget at church last night, which can be applied to decluttering and may help others. Awesome. Thanks for sharing it. She says, and in little God quotes, it's not worth having if it doesn't bring God's glory. Interesting. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Shirley is saying, what is more important to you? Love the family. I need to be with my family and feel God with me. Go for it. It is Sunday after all. But what I will say is this. A cluttered home affects everybody in the family. A cluttered home makes it more difficult for people to find things, more difficult for people to use things, more difficult for people in a home to put things away. A cluttered home often stops you from inviting family over. A cluttered home often it stops other people in the house for inviting friends over. So a cluttered home is not just about making it look good. It isn't. It's about your mental health. It's about your physical health. A cluttered home, how many times have you tripped over something because it was in the way, it wasn't where it was supposed to be? Your personal relationships. Are you inviting your friends over your house to come hang out and have a cup of coffee or tea? Or not because of your clutter, you know? Is your clutter making you spend too much money because you're paying money on storage units you never use, or buying gadgets that you think are going to help you, or to get decluttered and they never work? Or what's the other big one? Oh, buying duplicates of stuff. Your clutter does not just affect how your house looks. It's all sorts of areas. What's the other one? Your time, how you spend your time. How long do you spend looking for something that you know is around here somewhere? Spending your time. Time is something, honey bunches of oats, we will never get back. May of 2025 is in the rearview mirror. So again, notice where decluttering goes deeper than just the superficial, and at the very end of it too is also like, how do you spend your energy? Are you spending your time doing things you want? Or are you always kind of saying, oh, I got to declutter, but you never declutter, but you also don't do the things you want to as well? Okay. AC Wild, yeah, this is totally going to be posted on YouTube. It will be the first video in the June live recordings from YouTube and TikTok, whatever I call it. So yeah, it will be there later today. It will be there before 2 p.m. today, because I leave at 2 p.m. today to go have some fun, because I like to have some fun. So yeah, remember this one. If this one is resonating for you and you can't take notes right away, again, take notes on what I'm saying. Write this down. This is good stuff. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Horse Sports Naturally says, I've been giving lots of stuff away on a local Buy Nothing Facebook page. And here's the part I love about decluttering. It feels good to rehome stuff. Decluttering has a positive feeling if you do it in a way that feels good. Okay? So I just notice, you know what? I don't do this to make you feel bad. It feels good. Tony, that's them. All right? I'm going to do something really quick right now. Strength and Peace said something, and I didn't see the second half of it, but thank you. Therapy Gal Sue, put this morning on my calendar to declutter surface from the weekend. I love it. Yeah. And hell's a poppin'. Yeah. AC Wild. Look, you talk about house clutter, but it's about mind clutter. Yes. Same diff. Same exact thing. Calming down, quieting down, slowing down. You will feel less mentally cluttered when your house is less physically cluttered. But I don't like to start with the mental stuff because I'm not a trained mental health professional. I am a certified life coach. But I like a before and after. I watch HGTV. I like to see places that look beautiful, don't you? I mean, don't you put a heart on places you want to go on vacation when you're here on TikTok? Don't you see houses that I just did it today. Somebody was sharing this mid-century modern thing, and I was like, ooh, I like that. We like to see beautiful things. We like to see things that make our eyes and our hearts go, that looks so good. I want that. Right? So it also helps you clarify what you want and what you don't want. That also gets less clutter in your head. Yeah. Okay, now I get it. Oops, hit the wrong button. So Strength and Peace says, in this world of people charging for what they are putting on TikTok, I just want to say, I really appreciate you putting these lives on YouTube. You're welcome. Not a problem. Why would I hoard all this stuff? Notice hoarding is saying, no, you can't have it. And when I did that, my God, I've seen my mother do that sometimes. But I digress. You know what? I am here. I need to make money in the world, and I do make money in the world. And I just want to share this. Everybody who is a paying one-on-one client for me, you make what I do for free possible. If all I did was free and I wasn't making any money, I couldn't do it. I'd have to go back to a real job. No, listen to me, another job. But I don't think that this knowledge should just be gate-kept just for people who have the money. The people who have the money get it more specific to them. But even these general tools that when I'm talking to almost 100 people are beneficial. So why gatekeep it? The more people in the world that realize the power they have to change what they don't like and appreciate what they do have, the better world it is for me and you and all of us. So I love getting out the word as much as possible. Okay? Beth has flavor in her ear. Yeah, I get itchy ears. It's a thing. There we go. Strength and Peace says, I go back and listen to your lives often. Good, I'm glad. And I do see that those get listened to or watched. I'm so glad. Because that's why I put them there. I don't put them behind a paywall. Because there's good stuff in there. Yeah. Alrighty. And your lives have helped me so much. I'm glad to know. That means one more person on this planet with me that is changing their life, maybe like you didn't think you could, because I didn't think I could for decades. Well, this is how it is. That's how my family was. I'm just stuck. I am so glad. Part of me was like, you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Why not? Why should the millennials have all the fun? Really? Are you going to waste that one precious life of yours being stuck? No. Get a push, get out of the mud, and start driving. Okay? Alrighty. Now, Phyllis, I missed something. How do you say goodbye? Sorry, there's a lot of stuff here, and it's like a constant scroll, so I have to back up, so I apologize. How do you say goodbye to many items that belong to your family of past years and were handed down? With love. How would you say goodbye to your family as it was leaving your house? Standing on the stoop, waving like the Beverly Hillbillies? Okay. And I say that because that's what we do. Beeping the horn. Bye. See ya. Bye. And then you're like Granny, and she held her elbow, right? With love. With love. You thank them for their service. You thank those items for what they did. You thank those items for the joy that they brought those other people in your family, but they currently don't bring you joy. Now I'm getting it. Luckily for you guys, I don't know the song well enough to sing it, but I'm thinking of a Shirley Bassey song maybe called I Wish You Love. Kind of like breaking up with somebody who you really appreciate, but you don't love them, and it's time for you guys to part. Use your heart, but let go if you know it's not meant for you. Okay? Now, Smitten Kitten says, when family leaves you so much stuff, I call it being an emotional hostage. Now, that's great, but you know what? Who's keeping you hostage to the stuff is you. Yeah, you're keeping yourself hostage. You are the kidnapper, I guess, the hostagee, the hearse. You know, if the stuff's in your house, it's your stuff now, and you can do anything you want with it. Isn't it great to be a grown-up and say, I can do whatever I want with my toys? Whatever is in my house, I get to say what stays and goes because it's mine now. And I can do whatever I want. So, Now, T-Site says, I simply get rid of things I can't roll with. It's working. Yeah, and I always think of Beth. Well, thank you. Yeah. Mommy Salami's got to go walk the dogs. I love it. Yeah, you know what? Pay attention to your physical body, your animal body. Pay attention to your dog's bodies. I'll check you on the YT. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So Smitten Kitten says, I gave family a 30 timeline to take anything they feel is so important to be kept, and they don't come. Okay. So you gave them a deadline. A 30 timeline. Maybe it's something was lost in translation. You told them, come get your stuff by this date. What was the, or else what? Or else what? What was the consequence? That's the word I was thinking of. Come here and get your stuff by this date, or this will happen. What did you tell them would happen? Did you follow through on that? You know? Thank you. I'm glad. You know, Horse Sports Naturally says, your lives are always motivating. Good. Motivation, though, I will say this. Motivation is good. It can rev you up. I want the next step, though, in revving up, just like being in your car. Warming up your engine. This may warm up your engine, but the best thing to do once your engine is warmed up is to get in gear, to take action. So I hope when this is motivating you, you are using that motivation to get your body moving. And even your body moving is just a pen and writing stuff down. Okay? So, let me back up. I saw something I missed. Okay, so I think I got mid. Anne, hey Anne, says, and while I was looking closer at things, I found one of my little clocks as a radium clock, and I collect UV glass. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Swing by on my walk and grab my extra bike. Okay. I don't want to lose the connection here. Sorry. I had to leave my my messages on because the guys are going to come to the house. I'm digressing. Never mind. I love this. Okay, we're going to get back here. Give yourself permission to let it go. Yeah. Okay. Now, Judy. Okay. Got home from vacation to a cluttered house. Things all over counters, dishes piled up. Was there a house party? Was Peter Wolf and the Jay Giles Band having a house party at your house? Who put the things on the counters? Who piled the dishes up? Whoever piled up the dishes needs to put away the dishes. Again, if there's no consequence, ain't nobody going to change. Now, there's consequence and then there's positive reinforcement. But sometimes it's like you made the mess, you clean it up. Sorry, okay. Smitten Kitten 30 day. Gotcha. All right. So, Judy, I suggest you have a conversation with whoever made the mess. And again, it's up to them to clean it up and to make a plan with them and to have them follow through. And you want that. And here's the deal too. I know this from working with my husband. Be very specific. Because he's like, I said I'd do it. Yeah, but you didn't tell me when I had to get it done by. I would like you to have those dishes and everything cleaned up, to have this place back to the way it was before I left on vacation by whatever seems like a reasonable amount of time for you. Or we will have a discussion on what the living situation is here, because there's obviously some dynamic. If you don't do it by then there will be a consequence. Okay? Yep. Yeah. I love it. Smitten Kitten says, I pass it on to others. If it's so important to be kept, they can keep it. I can no longer do it. Yeah. You are not everybody. For other people and yourself, you are not a Cube Smart. You are not a U-Haul. You are not a storage facility. If you want to live in a storage facility, there are plenty of them popping up all over the place. You, my dears, live in a home, not a storage facility. So look at that. Where in your house are you becoming a storage facility for other people? Now, if it's your stuff, it's your home. You can store your stuff. But where has your home turned into a storage facility for other people? Maybe you want to get out of the storage facility business. Let them know that you're shutting down. They've got 30 days to get their stuff out, or you're going to have like one of those sales where people bid on the stuff and then whatever. Okay? Okay, yeah. I figured it was your daughter. Okay? So. Now, see? And the thing is, you guys, I'm not saying, here's the deal. I thought about this I think a lot. I am not a parent, so this will come from a outsider's perspective. So I will think of it as instead something I am more familiar with, which is being an auntie or being a manager of teams. Teaching people to be good people. Good, and I mean responsible for their actions people. Teaching people that what they do has a consequence. Teaching people what is acceptable in your work environment and what is not acceptable. And when you do this, and especially when you do it with firmness, with love, but maybe some firmness, you are doing a good thing. You are teaching them to be responsible for their own stuff. So, yeah, notice that there are some adult children, and I use the word adult in a physical way, but children in a developmental perhaps way, who are still thinking that they're living under the rules that they did when they were a minor and not one with a pickaxe and a little hat. That it is important to be an adult to be able to take responsibility for your own dirty dishes and not say, Mom's going to pick it up. Maybe you've done that for years. You can get out of the maid business anytime you want. Now, Diane, Diane says, yes, my son got mad because I told him I am not a storage unit. So let him be mad. Here's the funny thing. You guys, think about this. Think about this. The people who benefit from the way things are now are going to raise a stink when you try to change things. When they raise a stink and you, which I just realized is probably a phrase from my family, when they throw a tantrum, when you're trying to change them, if you don't force them to do, not force them, if you fall for the tantrum, they've won. You haven't changed. They're still acting like a toddler. And they know if they if they get mad and huffy and puffy, that if you give up, then now I don't have to do it. Mom will still pick up after me. You are part of that dynamic if you allow them to win. Okay? It can be hard setting boundaries, do not get me wrong, but it does. Good fences make good neighbors. You setting boundaries, you holding your adult children accountable for their behavior is helping them become a better adult outside of the family dynamic. If your son wants this stuff, then he can store it in a storage unit, and notice how much money it costs. He can go through the decluttering. Now, I will say this in a certain kind of team adult children. If you guys are showing up because you don't know how to declutter, they probably don't know how to declutter it out either. Okay? So I will say this. I do see a different perspective. Because if you don't know how to declutter, if you are leaving your stuff out, if you are letting stuff pile up, kind of like me starting to client, what does it matter? You aren't able to teach them these skills because you don't have them. That's why when you and I are working together right now or during one-on-one coaching, you can learn a process that you can then teach them so they know what to do. Okay? Think about that. Think about that. We say, just do it. But if you're not just doing it yourself, it can be damn hard for them to do it because they haven't been taught. Now, establishing house rules, there are certain things like people damn well know how to wash dishes. Now, decision making about decluttering, having a process that you use, the frequency with which, how often you do the dishes, like there are things totally you can work on. But please notice, if you don't know how to do it, don't beat yourself up. If they don't know how to do it, don't beat themselves up. But learn something you don't know and teach it to them. Yeah. Now, I love it. Smitten Kitten. It's say, I would hear, how could you get rid of those memories of grandma? Come get it then. If you want the memories of grandma, come get it. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. My God. Anybody? I believe that was Gene Loves Jezebel. 80s music. I got a radio in my head, people. But yes, setting boundaries is respect. On both sides. Annalisa is saying, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, I tell my kids no one will want to clean up after another adult who is capable of doing it. Yeah. No. That dynamic went the way of the dodo. Not no more. Okay? Okay, Diane, especially since he is 45, I have been head of a household since I was 17. Ooh, Diane. 45. That's old. That is too old to be throwing tantrums. Okay? Yeah. Okay? Too old for throwing tantrums. Okay, you know what? Judy, here's my deal with you, and this is going to be tough love, because she's saying, I know I've allowed it way too long because it's easier to do it than to cause tension. But the tension is caused already. The tension is there. It's just underneath. It's just underneath, because how did you feel when you opened up the door? Today, after vacation, you saw the stuff. Tension is there. You're escalating the tension, yeah, because you're afraid that she's going to pitch a fit And it needs to come to the surface. Now, again, I am not a trained mental health professional and I don't know people's situations, but just notice you are keeping things tamped down in the fear of making things worse, but you're still making it worse for you. Okay? Oh, I love it. Cat Mama, I'm shifting gears here, right? Redbone, no, that was Come and Get Your Love. Hey, what's the matter with your feel? Such a groove, such a groove. I'm telling you. Yeah. Alrighty. So Jessie, I love this. Jessie says, good morning. Good morning. My name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Obviously, I'm Gen X. I burst into song all the time, and my brain bops around, but boy, do I know my stuff, okay? And I'm here to share it with you for free, because I'm generous. So Jessie says, I've gotten started on my horrid house. Any tips or trips welcome? Oh, yes. The very first one, how about this? I like to play with words, okay? And I will say this. Stop calling your house a horrid house. Love your house. Love your house. Love your home. Love it, and you will want to take better care of it. If you're thinking it's adversarial, it's me against the horrid house, no. But think about it. Your house has just been neglected. If it wasn't your house, so love it, okay? Jessie, a lot of how I help with clutter isn't just about making your surfaces look better and how to fold things and, all of a sudden I'm linking to a thing where you buy some clear boxes. That is not me. I'm a decluttering life coach, so a lot of decluttering is going to start in your head and in your heart before you ever move your hands doing any of the decluttering. And so how I do it is I really pay attention to the words I use in my head and notice how they feel. And if I don't like how those words make me feel in my heart or my, nervous system, I change the words and I experiment. How does it feel if I call my house my dream home versus my horrid house? Notice the words you use. The words you use make you feel a certain feeling. When you feel a certain way, you do a certain thing. Okay? Yeah, now Smitten Kitten says, Judy, yes, when I asked why I was so tired, I let it spill out. Now they help more. Yeah, don't wait for things to get to a crisis situation. Decluttering gets things to it. Like clutter can build up to a crisis, and then the next thing you know, you think the only thing you can do is get a, dumpster, right? No, let's do this before you get to dumpster, because I am team donate versus team dumpster. If all you feel you can do is get a dumpster, please make sure you're putting garbage in it and real trash. It breaks my heart when I see good stuff in a dumpster. I would much rather see a dumpster with good stuff on the side of it and says, free, take me away. You know somebody's going to pick that stuff up. Now, Diane says, my garage is full of my kitchen items. Oh, interesting. Getting my kitchen remodeled. Okay. And building a fence and a deck. Yes, Diane, samesies here, except for you, it's kitchen. For me, it's basement. All the basement stuff is in every single room on the living level of our house. What I want to offer to you, Diane, is this is temporary. This is temporary. While the kitchen is being remodeled and the fence and the deck are happening, there is going to be some temporary chaos, some temporary clutter where maybe it never was before. Okay? Notice, instead of saying, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed because this was me. I'm so sick of this. It's really getting to me. That's what I said to my husband. It's really getting to me. What I say is, this is temporary. This is temporary. This will end and this will all be in the rearview mirror. And then I can get my kitchen stuff out of my garage back into my kitchen. But here's something I want to offer to you, okay? When you move your stuff back into your kitchen, do it organically. Do it organically, even though you kind of want to just get it done. Notice the things that you bring in first. Notice the things that you need on a daily basis that help you live on a daily basis. Then maybe what you do, because this is part of decluttering, is noticing what you use frequently and keeping it close by. Then notice the stuff you don't use as frequently. If you still want to use those, because this gives you, do I really need that rice cooker? When's the last time I used it? Does that deserve to go back into my Barbie Dream Home kitchen? Or am I done with that and I can donate it so it doesn't mess up. So I know I have the right quality and quantity of items in my dream kitchen. Okay? So I love this too. I love when people are also offering some advice that they truly will believe will help people. So Damn It Donna is offering to Jesse, start with the smallest room, and black coffee helps me. Yeah, I drink tea for the caffeine myself. Yeah. Now I do love this. Diane, I love that you did not fall prey to the pitching of the fit. He did throw a tantrum, but drove away with his truck bed still full of stuff. Yeah. And notice, when you had that kind of, as people would say, that come to Jesus moment with your son, you were going into a situation you knew would be tense, but inevitably would give you the result you wanted. Rochelle is offering, and she's at MALPC, says avoiding tension is a form of codependency because you are essentially trying to control outcomes. Yeah, something interesting. Now I love it. We donated our sectional. I love it, but I got to get it. It feels empty, but I love it. Got to get a new couch. I love that too. Alrighty. Now I love it. Annalisa has started to talking about my car and house with gratitude. Yeah. And I love it. Biga Pugs. Biga Pugs is saying, I am keeping a short journal on my phone of the decluttering I am doing so I can look back on it. Yes. That's part of when I coach people. I say, write down the good stuff you're doing. Tell yourself the story. How do you get there? This is me. I do it every day. Now, I'm pretty decluttered, but I make a story. I tell myself the good. I tell myself a story. I write down every single day the good stuff that happened to me and that I made happen. Okay? So, there we go. I love it. Diane says she's replacing her carpet. Somebody else is remodeling the kitchen right now. Okay, there we go. So Wanderlust says, I have an iron I want to give away because I use a steamer, but will I ever need the iron? Yeah. Notice sometimes technology creates obsolete technology in your house. I don't iron anymore, so that's cool. Wanderlust girl, put it in a box, give it to a place that donates things. There's somebody there who doesn't, in the world, that doesn't have an iron or a steamer. They'd be happy to get either one. Okay? Hey, Alex. My daughter heard you say my name and ran to say hi to you. Hey, Alex, how's it going? Auntie Beth right here, and who knows, you could be 38, I don't know. But I can be everybody's auntie. Mom, not so much, but auntie, hell yeah. Like, it's your Auntie Maine. Okay? Alrighty. Sorry, I got a message. And I'm trying to do something here. There we go. All right. Now, Debbie says, while clearing my mom's house, I initially threw something away and posted it but pulled it out and posted it in a Buy Nothing group. It went so fast. There we go. I love it. Annalisa's daughter is 6. Very cool. And Damn It Donna is offering that they have a de-wrinkler spray. Yeah, I got some of that. We have some where we do like our laundry just near the kitchen. Good stuff too. Yeah. Jessie says it's been a hard year, but I finally took my Christmas tree down. Awesome. Good. And my apologies. I don't know the situation. However, I'm sorry that it's been a tough year for you. But the neat thing is, today's a new day. Today is the 1st of the month. We're halfway through this month, this year. 5 months have gone by already. So we're almost at the pinnacle. Okay? You can turn it around. You're turning it around already. You took your Christmas tree down. You know? So look around your community and look at the resources you already have that you may not even know of ways to let go of the things that are still of good use, but you just don't want them anymore. Okay? Aw, Jessie. Well, no wonder it's tough. Lost my love of 25 years. I would be in a freaking funk myself. I've known my husband for 25 years. We've been married for 23. I would be inconsolable. So what I offer to you from a decluttering perspective is take your time. Take your time. When you feel better, you will do a little bit more, but allow yourself to heal from one of the tragic things that has happened to so many people. Okay? So that is one of the most tragic things that can happen to any human being, losing a dear, close loved one, a mate, a parent, a sibling, a dear friend. That will cut you to the quick. That is going to get you in the heart. So my heart goes out to you. Okay? You will, when you start to feel better, you will do better. All right? Yeah, there are so many memories tied to your stuff. That's okay. Do you need to declutter right now? If you do need to, start with the surface. Start with the things that don't have memories attached to them. Like, I know for a fact that, like, for example, I'll just put myself in the place of if my husband passed. My husband is a musician, so he has a lot of stuff. Like, most of the stuff that's up from the basement is his music stuff. There are a lot of things there I have no personal connection to except that my husband owned it. Like a wah-wah pedal or a fuzz buster or whatever it is, for his guitar. Those are the things I would start with first. Is the things that I don't have memories of being us. It's just something he owned. Yes, it's going to be sad that he's never going to play the guitar again. But those things could help somebody else who's just starting out in their music career. So notice surface clutter, the things that have the least amount of sentimental attachment. The ones that are just stuff. Oh, there's that, t-shirt he bought at Target, that plain white t-shirt. It may have huge memories for you. It may have nothing at all. Okay? So yes, be kind to yourself. Ooh, now Diane says, in 2012, I decluttered in the worst way. Went on vacation and my house burned down. Yeah. The neat thing is, Jesse, I will offer to you is, and you're saying my kids need to, my kids deserve to live in a clean home and it's gotten so bad. You're all grieving. When you're grieving and you're not feeling good, your situation can reflect that. Your environment may reflect that. That's why they often say that, hoarding can be the one of the indicators of somebody needing mental health help. Now, I think mental health help is wonderful. Okay? So I also offer to you, I know that there is mental health help available for people who are in grief. There is mental health help available for hoarders. There is mental health help available to you. And the wonderful thing is right now, like you and I are connecting, I don't know where you live. You don't know where I live. I live in Pennsylvania. You don't necessarily need to have somebody in your community that you can go to. You could probably connect with somebody virtually. That's what I do. I change people's lives by coaching one-on-one with people on Zoom. So I know that just the mode of way of, connecting doesn't have to be like you have to drive to somebody's office. So there is help out there for you. Okay? Yeah. So we've got about 7 minutes left here. Then I'm going to transfer over to Destination Decluttered on YouTube and do a whole nother hour like this. So if you want to hang out with us, it's at destinationdecluttered.com. Or excuse me, destinationdecluttered.com is my website. That's where you're actually going to find later today. Later today is going to be the tickets to all of the declutter parties for June. Declutter parties are us meeting on, whoever buys a ticket gets the Zoom link, and we all meet on Zoom. So you're at your house, I'm at my house, and you declutter for, 3 20-minute chunks in an hour and a half, I have to sign off a little bit early today because I just saw that the masonry guys from down the basement are texting me, so I got to go. But I will see you all at 10 o'clock on YouTube, okay? So I'm cutting this short because I just got a message I need to respond to. Nothing's wrong here. I'll see you at 10 o'clock on YouTube, okay? You got this. Bye.